Okay, so my Girandola wheel printed. The hard part about the 3D print process is getting measurements. Even though you type in this as a 1/2 inch, it doesn't always come out a 1/2 inch. So I may just have to use smaller rockets or something. This thing took about 2 hours to print, so it's not bad. It's just if it doesn't come out properly the first time, that's when it starts to become the issue, where you keep printing until you figure it out, and then once you get an actual file that you like, then you just keep that and you print that from now on. This stuff that I'm removing here is just the support, because whenever you print this guy, you can't print in the air. So what it does is it lays down a foundation for you to print, and then it prints the actual print on top of that support, and that's what keeps it nice and flush. The print material is usually pretty easy to remove. Sometimes it can be difficult, like right here you see this line. This on the bottom is not the actual, so this right here on the bottom is not the actual print. This you can cut, you see how easy that comes apart? That's the actual support. Now this up here is the actual print, so that you don't want to cut. So you have to remember to cut in the areas, like right there, that came apart. You have to remember to print in the, or cut the areas that are not part of the print. Otherwise, you're gonna break your model, and then there goes a couple hours wasted. But pretty much, you just pull, get everything out of there, and then you kind of hit up these corners here, and then kind of just like you just peel it right off like that. PLA is a pretty strong plastic, but you don't want to use this for like heat temperature stuff like that. This will melt very easily in hotter temperatures. So ABS is what people use to print for car stuff, but for stuff like this, I'll go ahead and print PLA because it's pretty strong. It's not very brittle, and you can get a spool of paint for, or a spool of PLA for about $20, and it comes with 2 pounds. And 2 pounds lasts me a long time. Like, I can get a lot of prints out of that. This thing, like I said, I made it online on Tinkercad. It's a free site, you know, so you can kind of learn, but at the same time, it allows you to take prints that are previously done, and you pretty much put them on the screen, and then you can modify them and make them how you want. And that's pretty much it. But like, see, sometimes this will happen like this. Either this here was not printed long enough, which it doesn't seem like it was, or it must have cracked off. But it could be that I didn't make it long enough, because sometimes it looks like it's nice and flush in the print on the screen, but then whenever you actually print it, you start noticing things, and that's why I do trial and error. So yeah, that's not printed all the way, but that's okay because I can just glue that. Now, like I said, with this, I'm not going to be able to fit any 1/2 inch rockets in here, but what I may be able to get away with is a 5/16, and you see 5/16 fits fine. So what I'll do is I'll stick a couple 5/16 in there, which I have a lot of. So this actually works out for me because I do like using these mini rockets. So that's kind of cool. I like that. I can use these mini rockets. And then I'll just keep working on making a 1/2 inch. So this right here has a little bit of play, like not play, but like it's a little loose, but that's okay because it's not a very, very snug fit, but I can always glue it into place. But that's pretty much what it's gonna look like. This one here has a little bit of, it's a little loose, but that's okay, not a big deal. So it's pretty much like that. And what I'll do is I'll put a 1/2 inch dowel in the middle, and that'll allow me to cause it to spin. This is all wasted plastic, so with this you just throw it away, but right there you can see how it looks. It's just very, it's like a shell really. Comes apart easily, it rips. So I like that. So this is pretty much my first Girandola that I've ever printed, ever made, and it looks like it came out pretty good. For For Girandolas, they don't need to have an actual wing on the inside for lift. The rockets themselves do that. So on those, you don't actually physically print like wings like you would do for the buzz bombs or anything like that. Like these guys, they just get printed like so. You make these rockets in burners. So because I don't have in burner tools, what I have is rocket tools. I'll show you that. For this, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the rocket onto here, and then I'm going to press some black powder, or I'm sorry, press some clay into this guy. And then what I do then is, I think I have one here with, oh no, I don't have any here. There was one, I had a rocket here with it, but I'll press it, then I'll remove it from the spindle, and then I'll put some like tissue paper or something like that, just to kind of block the hole. And then I'm gonna ram it with the solid rammer all the way up until, you know, I wanna fill it. And then that's gonna be an in burner. In burners aren't supposed to burn as quickly as core burn rockets, but they will have a lot longer duration than a core burner rocket. So that's what these are meant for. And that's why I kind of like the Girandolas, because these, you get a lot of spin out of them and you get a lot more visual effects out of these guys. Like I said before, Canon actually sells these. You can buy these for about $4.99 for the bigger, larger ones, but the cost of this, $20 for 2 pounds, and I think this only costs, or this only used about maybe like 75, maybe 100 grams of plastic. So you can kind of see that you actually get a better deal when you print them. But you know, not a lot of people have 3D printers and stuff, so yes, you'll end up buying the wheels, but most times you don't get these guys back, so that's the problem. Once they actually fly in the air, that's it. So that's why I wanted to design my own and make it. So this one is going to be the 5/16. I could go back in and make these a little bit smaller, but like I said, with this guy, because it's barely falling out, putting some glue on there will get it to hold, and I'll let it dry, and that's it. So just stay tuned for future videos on these Girandolas, because that's going to be my next thing. To give you an idea what it looks like, it would kind of go like that, and then the rockets would be on there obviously, but with the 1/2-inch dowel, you'll get a good spin on it like that, and as it lifts up off the air, the angle of the rocket's going to cause it to go up. A lot of times you do see Girandolas that have drivers on the sides like so, to kind of get the horizontal spin, and then as the top of the fuse starts to burn, you put another quick fuse and it lights off the vertical ones. Because this is smaller, I'm just going to do 4 vertical drivers, and then we'll see how that works out. Anyways, that's it for now, and thank you for watching.